everyone, so today I'm going to be redoing my nano tank because it is kind of destroyed. The rocks need cleaned, the plants need cleaned and replanted, the driftwood needs rearranged, and the overflow for the filter needs cleaned. So we're gonna go do that. Alright, so this is what the tank looks like now. As you can see, this driftwood piece has fallen, this one slid forward. My moss balls are just kind of everywhere, but that's okay. The gravel is really dirty because I have a snail in there, so there's a lot of poop and gunk in there. We're starting to get some algae growth right there on the acrylic. And then this moss back here actually has a lot of hair algae growing on it. So we're gonna see what we can do to get rid of that. And also, I want this moss to be smaller because I just don't like how big it is, especially with the hair algae on it. And I might move this Java fern back here up to the front. And then Gilbert is back there. And then as you can see, there is a little bit of like gunk in the overflow. You can also see the hair algae there. So that is going to get sorted out. I will probably also rinse out the filter media depending on how dirty it is. And then I have a cup of aged water here so that all of the chlorine and other nasty tap water stuff has had a chance to evaporate off, and the water is at room temperature so that Gilbert won't go into shock when I change the water. So the first thing that I have to do is unplug the filter to make sure that it does not burn out with no water going through it. And then I'm going to have to take the light off as well. So I have a little cup here that has some extra moss balls in it. I'm gonna put Gilbert and as much tank water as I can fit in there. And then I have this plate here that I'm gonna put all of my decor in and my live plants. Alright, so first I'm gonna take the lid off. Then I'm gonna get Gilbert. He's got some hair algae attached to him. There is my snail. Then we're gonna get some water for him. Let's see, I might have to wait just a second on that. There's actually a lot of hair algae in here. Okay, let's take this out. Oh, it's attached to the wood. That's nice. I actually did want it to do that. And then we'll take this piece. That piece definitely needs rinsed. It has just, it's dirty, just like everything else in here. This piece. And then I'm going to carefully uproot my plants. I'm just gonna take out my moss balls first. Now I'll be able to get some water for Gilbert. There we go. Okay, so we'll take this one out. And then, oh, here's another moss ball. That one actually goes in here. Oh, look, here's a super teeny tiny Java fern. It's so cute. Look how small that is. I'm gonna see if I can plant this on one of the pieces of driftwood, because that would be nice to have a Java fern growing out of one of them. So let's take this plant. Wow, this one grabbed a lot of rocks. This root system is super good. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm not gonna pull any of the rocks out. I'm just gonna make sure to rinse it really well because I do want it to stay rooted and be healthy, because I don't think it's doing the greatest. It used to be super green, but it's like holding up okay. So we'll just have to see. So now, as you can see, the water in here is really, really dirty. So of course we're gonna get rid of all of that, but we're also gonna carefully take out the rocks, because this is an acrylic tank and it could easily get scratched. And we don't want that to happen. I'm gonna put the rocks on the plate and they're gonna get rinsed as well. There's lots of little bits of plant root still floating around. Wow, there's a lot of dirt in here, all from one snail. This is from having a snail for about 3 weeks. Now, of course, this is a small tank, but snails do produce an awful lot of waste. Hopefully soon I will be getting a dwarf shrimp, probably a cherry shrimp or maybe a blue one, or just maybe a different color. I can only really have one in this tank since it is so small, but I'm going to be getting one of those, and I wanted to wait until the tank was cycled, and I'm pretty sure the tank is cycled because there are clearly a lot of extra nitrates in the water since we have so much hair algae growth. So that means that the filter is cycled and we have lots of good bacteria going on. Alright, so I managed to get all of the rocks out and everything is out of the tank. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the bathroom and we're going to rinse everything out really good, rinse all the plants, all the rocks, the driftwood, and then see if the filtered media needs rinsed, and then we'll put it back together after we scrape some of the gunk from the overflow, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's awfully green and it's just kind of gross. So we're gonna clean this up. So I've just taken the tank off of the filter down here, and it looks really clean. I'm not gonna rinse it, especially because it is such a new tank. I don't want to disturb the bacteria, but it's doing good. I will take this water out of here though and put new water in. Alright, so first I have the tank and I'm just gonna pour it out and rinse it really good. So after quite a few minutes of rinsing and trying not to let rocks go down the drain and struggling to fit this back into the base, we're finally done and we can start rebuilding the tank. The only issue I had was I could not get this piece and this back piece here out, so I can't scrape the algae off of them or out of the corners, so it still looks a little gross. But I'll have to see if I can figure out a way to get those out and clean those. But other than that, the tank is looking pretty good. So we're going to start building it now. So I'm going to start with the rocks and put those in, and then we'll just go from there. So the rocks are all in there. I don't really have a plan for plants. I do like how it was set up before, so I might just do that and maybe like switch a couple of the plants around. So we'll see. Let's start with putting this one, we'll do this one over here. And then we'll do this little guy. Oh no, I think I lost my tiny Java Fern. Oh, I'm so sad. Yeah, so my little fern is gone. I'm really sad about that. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna assume it went down the drain. So that's not very cool. But yeah, I know that this plant will make more, but I was just really excited about that cute little one. But I guess we will just continue. Let's put this one up front because I really like it. And then we'll see if we can figure out some driftwood. I like to start with the bigger piece. We'll stick this back there like that. I don't know, maybe not. I kind of like it like that. I don't want the fern on it anymore. I changed my mind. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. And then we'll do... Should we make kind of like a triangle? We can use that piece in the background. Let's see. And then this piece maybe also back there. Yeah, I kind of like having this space up front. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit. So, yeah, I like that. And then moss balls, or should we do this? We'll do this first. I don't know where I want to put this plant. I might ball it up and stick it in the back. All right, let's do it. Let's do, should we rip it apart? I think so, maybe? I really don't know. Yeah, let's rip some of it off. See if we can separate them without ripping them. So I have a clump here. Let's put it right back there. And we'll put that back in here. I'm gonna do it here. There's this one root sticking up that I'm gonna have to try and hide. Let's see. It's so difficult because it just wants to stick to my fingers. I don't think I'm gonna use all of my moss. I'll probably throw it in with my extra moss balls. And on that note, let's put in the moss balls. I have 5 here. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna use them all. I actually have 10 in total. Let's throw one back here. And then one in this back corner as well. We'll do one under this driftwood. One right here. I don't want that white stone right there. That's so annoying. Hold on, let me get it. We'll just throw it in the back. There we go. Okay, I kind of want my driftwood to be a little taller, just to stand up more, because that's like the main piece of the tank. the main focal point, I suppose. I don't know where I'm gonna put this last moss ball. I kind of like it how it is, but I don't know. There we go. Okay. I think that that's all done. So now we just have to add in the water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna carefully pour it in. Alright, so that was the whole cup, unfortunately, so I am going to have to use some tap water. But before I do that, I'm going to put Gilbert in. Whoop, there you go, buddy. And then I'm going to pour in the old tank water. And so hopefully that'll help fill it a little bit. Oh, whoops, gotta get that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get some tap water and gonna fill it up. I have to be super careful when I'm filling the filter because it has just 2 open holes back here and I don't want it to overflow onto the table. Alright, so the tank is still not as full as I would like it to be, so what I have to do is I have to turn on the filter and get that going so that it will suck up some of the water and then we can see how much we need while it is running. I got it set up with the filter running and everything, and I got the water at a good level. So it's all set up now, and that is going to be my complete aquascape. I guess I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. So I'll give you some close-up shots of what I have going on here. So here's the rocks, they're nice and clean. We've got some plants, my driftwood, and there's Gilbert, and everything is looking super good. Here's the side view. And then see if we can get to the other side. Just barely. So that's what the tank looks like now that it's all done and has been remodeled. Alright, so that is my complete takedown, rinse, clean, and set up my mini tank. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Oh, there goes Pascal's mister.